sports side of Tumblr explain this? It is angry. Yeah, but can the science side of Tumblr explain this? Whips out PP. Alright, someone bring me the microscope. Okay, science side, help me out. Because I thought the rapture was happening this morning. Those are Kelvin Helmholtz blow clouds. It's the air equivalent to sea waves rolling to the shore. Very beautiful and quite rare. Whoa, explain this please. Gooey goo goo slippy on the dots. Science side of Tumblr. Why am I so tired? Have you tried eating a banana? Your mitochondria might be exhausted from powerhousing your cells. I just ate one and I'm already feeling better. Thanks science side. What if oxygen is poisonous and it just takes 75 to 100 years to kill us? My science teacher said he thinks that's true actually. Yeah, this is pretty much exactly what is going on. It's why antioxidants are such a big deal. Bonus fact, oxygen oxidizes stuff in your cells, or in other words, it's not toxic, just setting you on fire. Very, very slowly. So my family went to the tulips field, and my little sister didn't have a good time at all. Why is that one tulip a different color? I would be upset too. It is the chosen one. Science side, please explain. Someone messed up. Why is it that wet hair is darker if water is colorless? When your hair soaks up water, the overall density of your hair increases. This increase in density causes your hair fibers to be arranged more tightly, which allows less light to shine through your hair fibers. Thank you. Shine bright like less dense hair fibers. If you water an apple with apple juice, is it forced cannibalism? Oh my god. Water in the air captured at just the right timing to look like Mario jumping. What were the odds? Don't you mean what are the odds? No. In an emergency, a crayon will burn for 30 minutes. How long will it burn if it's not an emergency? What does the crayon define as an emergency? Fun fact, the human body contains enough bones to make an entire skeleton. Also, the equator is long enough that it will wrap around the world exactly once. Follow for more fun science facts. Science side of Tumblr. Explain! It's being a vein. Wait, did you call us the silent side? A photo of the rare Dabba-Dabba-Dee tiger. This rare species of tiger has the rare pigment Dabba-Dee-Dabba-Die, derived from a blue world. It bothers me that the intelligence of animals is measured by how willing they are to obey the commands of a human. Same goes for students at schools. I just realized how messed up that is. Can the science side of Tumblr explain this? A shakil grooms one of its shaklings in its herd. Oh my, that is so cool. Someone from that side of Tumblr needs to come along and tell me what's going on here. The bubble is freezing, you idiot. Thank you. Why does it have teeth on its tongue? I am a gooseologist, and I can tell you that geese live on a healthy diet of children's souls, which can only be properly chewed with the unholy tongue teeth. Reenactment of how the dinosaurs went extinct. Yes, this is 100% accurate. Wow, I love science. Fun fact, lions aren't very good climbers, but they can jump 36 feet. No, they don't jump 36 feet into the sky. Do you know how terrifying that would be? The human race wouldn't have survived because we would have had heart attacks while still in Africa. If something is old as damn, then it's about 1.2 billion years old because that's when life evolved sexual reproduction. Wow, damn is old. However, if something is old as balls, it's only about 65 million years old, where placental mammals began to evolve proper testicles. I love biologists. I wish my hair grew little flowers on its own. How neat would that be? Good news. Plants can grow under your skin. That's kind of terrifying. Thank you for this information. If celery is 90% water, is the ocean 10% celery? As a scientist, I can confirm that this is definitely how percentages and fractions work. And yes, the ocean is 10% celery, which is why we cannot drink ocean water, for we would choke on the celery, an opalized fossil from the Jurassic period. Similar to the modern squid, the belemnite is an extinct marine cephalopod. From its aragonite farum would emerge arms equipped with small hooks for grabbing prey passing in the prehistoric waters. Haha, good try, but I know a unicorn horn when I see one. Please explain why ice tastes better than regular water, because ice is water and water is water. So if you put ice in water, it's like double water. God damn it, science side of Tumblr. In case you've ever wanted to know, here's the aerodynamics of a cow. What kind of fish is made of only 2 sodium atoms? Tuna. I actually want to cry. Unicorns were real and ugly as hell. According to new research, unicorn-like mammals roamed the earth with humans. She is beautiful. In 2009, a billboard in Ukraine crashed in the fog, making it look like the sky was showing an error message. Nice try covering up a glitch in the Matrix. If the Matrix runs on Windows, we're all fucked. Dr. Brian Fisher, do you think he knows? Dr. Fisher, Get off that man's face. You're a scientist. Now act like one. Quick question. When can I 3D print somebody who will love me? Someday your prince will come. Thanks. If baby oil dissolves condoms, what does it do to the babies? This may be shocking, but babies in condoms are made of different material. What kind of turtle is that? Mitochondria. Hey, there's a load of blood in my ear. What's up with that? It's bleeding. Can you give me a complete random fact about the world that I don't really need to know? Your stomach has to produce a new layer of mucus every 2 weeks, otherwise it will digest itself. Yes, very. Thank you. Someone please explain this. Tell us how the hell this is possible. The colored liquids have different densities. The red is the most dense, so it's at the bottom, and so forth with the colors. I have this weird theory that some people are drawn to each other because the atoms were near each other when the universe was created, and over time the same atoms keep coming back together. Did you just scientifically explain soulmates? Why are goosebumps called goosebumps? Few people know this, but there are actually tiny geese trapped under your skin. When you get cold, they think it's time to fly south for the winter, so they try to break free, and the bumps on your skin are their beaks trying to break through. Trust me, I am a gooseologist. I study geese. My wife is a goose. We have 3 beautiful goose-human hybrid children. Don't judge our love. British scientists have created a new black, so dark it absorbs all but 0.035% of visual light. Finally, something to match my soul. If you haven't seen this, it's actually so black that if they made clothing out of it, it would just appear as though there was a photoshopped hole in your clothing, where your clothing is. Finally, I can become the void. Shut up at the people who still say, science side of Tumblr. Science side of Tumblr, why is this man so angry? So salty? Osmosis. Water bears can go without food or water for more than a decade. They can survive temperatures from 0 to above the boiling point of water. Pressure 6 times stronger than the deepest ocean trench. Radiation 100 times higher than the fatal dose for a human. And the vacuum of space. But they're terrifying. Newt, newt, paddle, 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 newt, newt. What happens to nitrogen when the sun rises? It becomes datrogen. I'm going to bed. Good nitrogen. Sleep titrogen. Don't let the beds bitogen. Why don't astronauts just visit the sun at night? Obviously because it will be too dark to see anything. There's no point. Also, because the sun is trying to sleep, we wouldn't want to disturb it. I generally subscribe to evidence-based beliefs, and I avoid magical thinking. But the big exception is that every few months I attempt to set something on fire with my mind, just to check that nothing has changed. Look at this nerd, hasn't even unlocked pyrokinesis yet. Haha, but look at the person who can't make things spontaneously combust with their mind. Are tectonic plates dishwasher safe? I don't know, but they're perfect for continental breakfast. That's some faulty humor. Geology. Thank you for your contribution. What can be smooth, but also rough? Endoplasmic reticulum. Follow for more cell facts. Why is my bedroom always so hot? Maybe because it holds a portal to hell, because Satan himself thinks you're a cutie, and is reaching from the depths of hell to touch that. You ruined it. Does the science side of Tumblr actually exist? Science side, what do you think? Protons. Sounds quite positive today. If you bite it and you die, it's poisonous. If it bites you and you die, it's venomous. What if it bites me and it dies? That means you're poisonous. Nate, learn to read. What if it bites itself and I die? It's voodoo. What if it bites me and someone else dies? That's correlation, not causation. If you had a room with absolutely nothing in it, and the walls and ceilings and floor were made of mirror, what would that look like? Wow, I really want to go to this place. This is an actual room of mirrors. As you can see, it leads to glitches in the matrix. That's a really long fox. If you'll notice, the fox spot on the left has front legs, and the fox on the right has hind legs. That's 8 legs. Obviously this is a spider, not a fox. How the human brain works. Electricity tickles the meat so that different slimes come out. Sometimes the slime feels good, sometimes bad. Some people make more bad slime than good slime. That's called cynical depression. My biology textbook said it was more like sauce. What is a sauce but slime with a purpose? Fact of the day. The reason why you can't dig a hole through the earth and come up on the other side is because your shovel would melt. That's it. That's the only reason. What if you bring a second shovel that you could put in the fridge beforehand to make it cold? Yeah, that'll work. 100 pound of magnetic putty. So my cousin actually baked cookies in her car while at work today in the 40-degree heat. I bet her car smells delicious. For all my fellow American friends, 40 degrees Celsius is 104 degrees Fahrenheit. My friends and I were given 5 sheets of paper to support as much weight as possible. This is the result. We had to stop stacking books because the ceiling got in the way. What? Physics, go home. You're broken. This is how archaeologists hunt. We couldn't find any bones, so we'll just have to make some. Today I learned that greeble is the name given to the texture applied to sci-fi spaceship models for the purpose of making them appear more complex. A cube and its greebled version. Crystal formations in a pool. I don't even care how much it would hurt. I would probably try and swim in this if given the opportunity. Diane is stealing seats. Dump her in the ocean. The Kissing Islands, Greenland. Would you look at that? Even the ground gets more action than me. The root of all stomach problems. Avoid these 3 foods. It will be a cold day in hell before I give up eating banana skeletons. Do you think clouds look down on people and think, this one's shaped like an idiot? Why is it so small? It's a baby. Thanks, science side of Tumblr. This Cyclops shark was found 3 years ago off the coast of Mexico. Put that thing back where it came from, so help me. I demand an explanation. Simple, what you see there is not wine, but blood. The 4 sacred glass mages are merely raising it up with their magic to present it to the Dark Lord in a feeble attempt to keep him from decimating their homeland. Thanks, tosses a biscuit. Why is this more aesthetically pleasing than Westerners read everything visual, including signs with no words and art, from left to right and up to down. When the composition of an art piece pulls us against that, it makes us uncomfortable. And this also holds true for emoticons, which is why this is also weirder than this. It breaks the flow of the sentence. Oh, there was an actual answer. Okay then. My science teacher caught the table on fire and he's just staring at it. Science fact. If you pull off a lizard's tail, it will grow back. If you pull it off again, the lizard will be like, dude, what is this snake's problem? Parkour. Explain! No, seriously, we need you. Hydrographics or hydrographics, also known as immersion printing, water transfer printing, water imaging, blah blah blah, is a method of applying printed designs to 3-dimensional objects. Man robs bank by releasing 350 pounds of ants into building. Claims to be Ant-Man. As one does. Let's math. 1 ant equals 1 to 5 milligrams. 1 milligram equals math 31,760,000 ants. I think this qualifies this gentleman to be Ant-Man. So Oxygen went on a date with Potassium today. It went okay. I thought Oxygen was dating Magnesium. Oh my god. Actually, Oxygen first asked Nitrogen out, but Nitrogen was like, no. I thought Oxygen had that double bond with the hydrogen twins. Looks like someone's a HO. Nah bro, I'm done with all of you. Snowflakes have the same structure as human neurons. Some scientists have suggested that, water being conductive, large snowbanks may be able to function as intelligent brains. Someone come here and debunk this. I can help. As a scientist, I've done some research, and this was posted by a blog called Facts I Just Made Up, and have since hypothesized that this is just made up untruthful words. People with uteri are never going to have a perfectly flat stomach. They're always going to have a little pouch, because that's where we keep our bees. Once a month, the moon angers the bees. How long does it take for a giraffe to throw up? To answer your question, it can take quite a few minutes, if they survive that is. Can a dinosaur even get more red? You bet your ass it can. I am so impressed by that dinosaur. And that pun. Congrats. Ending my life in a Tesla and just leaving it on autopilot so my corpse is just in there, jostling around while it crashes into things. The mental image I'm getting from this is it backing up and going forward over and over in the middle of gridlock traffic. I'm reading this thing about how farmers in Japan considered thunderstorms to be good luck because they'd make more mushrooms grow. So some Japanese scientists created this little electrical machine that they wheeled through the forest administering shocks to the ground to stimulate lightning strikes, and the areas that they shocked yielded twice as many mushrooms as the unshocked plots of land. The fact that we reached a point where we can stimulate fake storms to make little buddies grow twice as much is like magic, but slightly to the left and just downright delightful. I found this in a physics textbook. You are kidnapped by political science majors who are upset because you told them political science is not a real science. Although blindfolded, you tell them the speed of their car by the whine of the engine. Physics majors throw a lot of shade considering they're still not sure where 95% of the universe is hidden. My brother, a graduated theoretical physicist, only response to this was, well, neither does anyone else. This formula will be on the midterm, so remember it. The guy in the back is me. Can someone explain this? This is called shape memory. It's made from an alloy of titanium and nickel. I believe it's called nitinol. It has the ability to remember the shape it's taken. When cold, you can blend it to whichever way, but once you heat it up, or in this case, put it in what I presume is hot water, it will take the original shape. Can someone explain this? As a biology major, I can use my extensive knowledge and experience to tell you that this is a hella quai specimen. Confused husky puppy. He's not expressing confusion. He's tilting his head for better sound localization. While having an ear on each side of the head is good for lateral echolocation. Tilting the head so that the ears are offset gives it vertical depth. Dog science. Levitate egg Sakatu. Okay, thanks HP fandom. The burning candle uses all of the oxygen in the bottle, which creates a vacuum, and the resulting suction makes the egg go nyum. There is something oddly satisfying about pairing meat with alcohol. With wine specifically, it's because the tannins of wine bind with the fats of the red meat. Barbarian instincts, Grob, Rocknar, eats wild game and drinks ale after a long day of wearing fur. These two were totally different responses to my post, and yet they're both equally valid. A seahorse admiring his own reflection from a diver's watch. Or maybe he's checking the time. Seahorses got places to go, you know. That seahorse is one of the slowest fish in the ocean. The smallest are able to move themselves at about 6 feet per hour. So if that seahorse has some place to be, I hope they've got a lot of time. There is no way I am going to be able to pick the kids up from soccer practice now. A graduate student has created the first man-made biological leaf. It absorbs water and carbon dioxide to produce oxygen just like a plant. He did this by suspending chloroplasts into a mixture made out of silk protein. He believed it can be used for many things, but the most striking one is the thought that it could be used for long-distance space travel. Plants do not grow in space, but this synthetic material can be used to produce oxygen in a hostile environment. If you don't think this is cool, you are very wrong. Science. I think my brain just exploded. Air on bottom go whoosh. Air on top go whoosh. Air on front go whoosh. Little plane stay still. Thank you. Can the science side explain this? Swag. Swag per Asian. To channel the swagger inside of you and turn it into pure teleportation energy. This person wrote a noun, listed it as an adjective, and defined it and used it as a verb. It's been scientifically proven the person reading this is the cutest and is beautiful. Show me this science you speak of. Pie chart showing you how cute you are. Can't argue with science. Can you explain why there's a void in my heart I can't fill? That feeling when no girlfriend. This is stupid and contrived. There are no elements EL or GF. You might as well have just written out the sentence, that feel when no girlfriend. By itself, no fun allowed. This just shows that something once ugly can turn beautiful. Life changes, people change. Now son, it shows chlorophyll being replaced by anthrakinase through hydrolysis. I just found out Bill Nye isn't his real name. I've been lied to my entire life. William Sanford, the science guy. No, screw you. Screw this post. This is the worst post on the website. You couldn't let the rest of us live in blissful ignorance. You had to reach out to the fucking truth and throw it in our faces. Fuck you, fuck you. Well. Not sure if I should eat this strawberry. Are we just going to ignore the fact that he looks like Tiger Woods? The cat chicken really wants the strawberry. Did you just call Jolty on a cat chicken? I hate calculus. Why did I sign up for this? You should have signed up for spelling classes instead. Pun or not, you spelled sign wrong. There is literally no place where it is written sin. That is for trigonometry, not cat. I'm not reading that. Things are heating up in the meth fandom. The way men think eating meat foods into their masculinity is so funny. Like Miss Thing, you didn't wrestle that stuff with your bare hands. You took your dumpy ass to Costco in your wife's PT Cruiser. You might as well be a drag queen at this point. This bitch is sequencing DNA in the tags. I don't want to hear about round earth or flat earth. Tell me more about how earth is lumpy. The earth is actually extremely smooth. So much that if you shrunk it down, you wouldn't even be able to feel mountains or deep sea trenches with your fingers. This is because the earth is shaped like a shark. I love misinformation. Military recruiter. So what got you guys interested in the Marine Corps? Enormous horde of hagfish, isopods, and bottom-feeding crustaceans. Oh, is that how you pronounce it? Whale foresight of Tumblr, you understand me. I want the kind of funding that scientists in comic books have. Where are you getting this money? Do you publish papers, or do you just turn people into giant lizards and call it a day? Do you have to get that stuff peer-reviewed? Who is paying for your research? Can you give me their email address? I have googled evil science grants, and the results were not satisfying. When Ken Morrish picked this apple off a tree in his garden, he thought a prankster had painted it half red, but after inspecting it closely, he realized that the remarkable split colors on the fruit were a natural phenomenon, and this bizarre apple turned Mr. Morrish into something of a celebrity in his village, with scores of neighbors queuing up to take photographs of it. Experts say that the odds of finding an apple with such a perfect line between the green and the red is more than 1,000,000 to 1. How important do you have to be to have been assassinated instead of murdered? That is a good question. If the motivation is political, then it's assassination. Otherwise, it's murder. You cannot be assassinated by accident. If a jolted X murders the Prince of Placeland, it's just murder. If a jolted X is also a member of a rival politician faction, it may be an assassination. If a jolted X is driving home in tears and accidentally runs over the Prince of Placeland in the middle of the night in a neighborhood where the streetlights are out because of the prince's questionable infrastructure policy, it's manslaughter. Thanks, murder side of Tumblr. I got a headache. Google says I'm going to die. Why is Google sending you death threats for having a headache? The inside of your butt is warm enough to hard boil an egg. Oh no, I'm not falling for this one again. What? If you cut off my pee-pee, 2 more will grow in its place. Promise? This is the strangest and most thought-provoking response I've ever received on a post. Lab safety, but the teacher just wants you to die. Lab safety. 1. Drink whatever's in that beaker. I know you want to. What's red and bad for your teeth? A brick. Well, you're not wrong. My mom just informed me that my first word was quote, so I'm going to make sure my last word before I die will be unquote. You have been blessed with a rare and epic opportunity. I donate blood in the hopes that my blood will overpower theirs and take control of their body, so I will gain another vessel to use as my own. Why am I replying to this? It appears my blood has been successful. When a girl changes her clothes in front of you, she's either really interested or you're level 99 friend-zoned, or she hasn't spotted you in the tree yet. 2 kinds of people. What if dogs bring the ball back because they think you enjoy throwing it? This may have just changed my life. I haven't ate anything since 11. Bro, I'm starving. Damn, and how old are you now? Science side of Tumblr. How do I become a jellyfish? Jellyfish have no brains. You're already pretty close. Okay, wow. What if we feel pain in some parts of our bodies 24/7 since we were born, but we just accepted it, and now we feel nothing, and that's why babies cry so much? Dude, what? Do you ever just get up from your computer to walk aimlessly around your house only to sit back down in front of the computer again? I pointlessly open the fridge too. Sometimes I stand in the middle of the living room and look lost. Why am I in the bathroom? We're all Sims. If I die, my funeral is going to be the biggest fucking party ever, and you're all invited. If. Great. The only party I've ever been invited to, and he might not even die. I hope I don't have to fight my evil shadow self today. No way. My parents made watermelon pops, and it's honestly the cutest thing to me. My parents made 25 years of marriage go down the drain. Hey, this is the 3rd floor of the building I work in, and there's a horse in here. Things to do if you are a shapeshifter. Get into a place that horses shouldn't be able to get into. Turn into a horse. If you ever trip and fall in public, get up, laugh to yourself, and say to anyone looking, sorry, it's been so long since I've inhabited a body. I did this once, fell over, and saw a guy staring at me. Got up and wandered past him muttering, too many legs. This body has too many legs. Must fix that in the next phase. The look on his face was priceless. Why do little kids always throw tantrum screams like they're reenacting Jurassic Park? Their emotions are too big for their little bodies, y'all. They feel just as intensely as we do. Well, maybe they should get bigger bodies. They do. It takes several years. Several years. Typical millennial laziness. Sometimes I forget that people on the internet are actual real people. Like the guy scanning your bananas at Walmart could be the guy who sends you anonymous hate. Damn you, banana man. Self-care is breaking into NASA and launching yourself directly into the void. May we suggest a soothing bath instead? If there are trees, you aren't alone. I can't tell if this is supposed to be an encouragement or an ominous warning. That's entirely up to the trees. If 666 is evil, then 25 point that is the root of all evil. Do you have a calculator in the shower? Went to a pet store today and saw this giant rabbit, so you decided to throw money at it like a stripper. Stop the objectification of rabbits now. Sorry, I can't go to school tomorrow. I fractured my motivation. Guys, I said this to my dad once. He laughed so hard he had to let me stay home. Cheat mode. Close your eyes and you can play any game in your mind, even Paper Mario. Paper Mario is trash. Close your eyes and imagine yourself being a more likable person, and then open them and weep. There's a hamburger in the elevator at school, taking lunch to the next level. Did you just... What slurs have you said? Every morning, I stand in front of my mirror and say them all, alphabetically or chronologically. How do you say slurs chronologically? I'll be recording and editing screams and torture sounds this week. Don't call the cops. Yeah, that's exactly what I would put on my door if I planned to spend the week murdering someone. Imagine if trees gave off Wi-Fi signals. We would probably be planting so many trees, and we'd save the planet too. Too bad they only produce the oxygen we breathe. Isn't it relaxing? Just seeing the snow quietly flow down makes you calm. This is so perfect. I want to cry. This is so relaxing to watch. There could be a dead body under that snow, and no one would ever know. Ah, there you are, Tumblr. Deadpool could save hundreds of lives through organ transplants. He has cancer in his whole body, so no. Adulthood is a scam. I want to be a crow. I'm not even an adult, and I want to be a crow. Bro, the desperation only grows with years. Scientist who trained Rat to play Doom 2 says he may start a Twitch channel. Reblog if you would watch Rat Doom. She literally got a drink of water and then walked over to my boots and spit the water in them. Was it revenge for the braids? A murder by a nail gun. Murderer. Nailed it. If you were to vacuum up Jello through a metal tube, well, I think that would be a neat noise. I beg to differ. Then beg. Please let me out. Sorry, I have a boyfriend. I'm trapped in your attic. Listen, I'm not interested. I'm going to start a false crime podcast where I explained crimes that actually never happened. I'm going to do the crimes you explain, forcing you into having a true crime podcast. If God isn't real, then why does the palm of man fit so perfectly against the throat of a goose? How has this person acquired this knowledge while also still being alive? You got me fucked up if you think I'm reading this. Found an old PC monitor, decorated a little. What website is that? The only good one. Missed the days when I could just go out and do this. I stepped on someone doing this. They made it sound like bagpipes being compressed. I wasn't sorry. I'm the biggest PP lover of them all. PP lover 3001. Not so fast. Isn't the idea supposed to be, you saved my life, now I owe you debt? Nope, other way round. You saved my life, so now I'm your problem. If you don't like it, then kill me. God wanted me dead. Now you get to find out why. Technically, you can go the rest of your life without eating. Really? Yeah, you'd starve to death, but it technically was the rest of your life. Next time a conspiracy theorist tries to tell you what really happened, present them with a more outlandish theory, and accuse them of covering up the truth. Conspiracy theorist, the moon landing was fake. You believe in the moon? Staff, tell me what was explicit about this picture. He's thinking about them boobies. Self-care is eating mangoes. I hate mangoes. Oh, die then. It's 12:30 a.m. and I'm in the men's bathroom and someone was in another stall and I started blaring the Thomas the Tank Engine theme and I literally heard them stop peeing out of fear. How do you know if it was fear and not arousal? I like to think that we live in a nice world and not the one you just created. I have one brain cell and it bounces around in my skull like a Windows screensaver. When it bounces perfectly in the corner, I experience a thought. How messed up would it be if they just added another color to traffic lights one day and didn't tell anyone what it meant? That would be so funny. Purple equals start driving like you're in Boston. What if you live in Boston? Start driving like a normal person. What if the only reason we can't walk through mirrors is because our reflection blocks us? What if they are protecting us though? What if they know that the other side is horrifying and painful and they are trying to keep us from ever crossing over? I must be on the wrong side of the mirror then. Maybe you're the reflection. Does anyone get upset when you're dreaming and it ends on a cliffhanger? I'm dead serious. I can't tell you how many times I'm having a good or weird dream, then wake up like, OMG, what did he find out? Is he okay? What should I do? Damn, what was I dreaming about again? One time I spent a whole dream preparing for the best cheeseburger ever, and I didn't get to eat it. Y'all ever just suddenly have the overwhelming urge to swim? Like, not actively, but you just wanna be in the water and have some peace. That's how it gets you. This is so scary. Am I going to die? I was so sleep deprived the other day. I tried to zoom in on a paper. What the hell? I just made that post. Oh wait, that is my post. I haven't slept in 2 days. Shapeshifting is the best power because you can have any haircut at any time you want. You can turn into a hotter version of yourself. You can turn into a dragon. You can turn into a robot. You can turn into a shambling mound of abstract shapes and sulk outside of your estranged father's house at night while chanting ominously about his sins. This took a weird turn, but I'm still on board. My army is almost ready. We here at Chuck E. Cheese do not condone violence. Please delete this post. I want to hurt the rat. Chuck will snap your spine like a pretzel, you miserable wretch. Why do bugs in the south chase you like you owe them some money? Why do you sound so guilty? Because I owe them money. Do you ever just want to gently place your hands on someone's cheeks and hold their head there in your hands and looking into their eyes and then violently jerk their head on a right angle and snap their neck? Well, that took an unexpected turn. So did their neck. I have to tell you something that will lower your entire opinion of me. When I was 12, I made flyers for my fanfiction and handed them out at a train station. I'm blown away by the sheer confidence this act required. If anything, my opinion has been raised. Poise, the fearlessness, the laughing in the face of death. I'm speechless. Do other people pronounce your and your differently in their heads, or is that just me? Your is pronounced your, and year pronounced year. You're a wizard, Harry. I hate that joke like a at the end. I heard too many sounds at once, and now I'm a bitch. We're all one sensory overload away from becoming the strongest versions of ourselves. Supervillain origin story. 2 conversations happened near me at the same time. I'm laughing like a maniac. My rat just went inside my brother's toy car and sat in the front seat. Am I supposed to laugh at the rat or the dog? Papers and registrations, please. How Canadians are hatched. Canadians are my favorite mythological creature. If we cannot see air, can fish see water? Maybe they can't, but in the same way we can see water, perhaps they can see air. Y'all are just messing me up right now. Hey, if you teach your parrot to say parrot, it's probably as close as you'll get to owning a Pokemon. My brother tells a story about his roommate's parrot that everyone who came to the house would say, "You're a bird," to it, so the bird would repeat the phrase back, no biggie. Until one day, my brother was alone in the house with it and heard it say very quietly, "I'm a bird." My brother almost dropped a plate. Did you know that you actually can never forget a face? Every single face you've ever seen in your life gets stored into your memories and gets used up for later. For example, in dreams, your brain can't just make up a face. Every single face you've seen in your dream, you've seen somewhere once in your life. And those strange nightmares you've had of those terrible demon-like creatures, you've seen them around too. You just can't remember. You don't want to remember. Do you ever get the urge to get up in the middle of the night while everyone is fast asleep and just walk places and to be completely alone and entirely dedicated to your thoughts? Yes, but the problem is, I don't want to get murdered. You feel me? I feel you. We all feel you. Why are so many people touching me? This is why you don't walk around in the middle of the night. What if you kept the horse mask 24/7 while raising the child and they thought they were raised by a horse-human hybrid and they never knew any different, and then one day you took the mask off? That is a great idea. No one on Tumblr should ever become parents. That is a cute fetish you've got there. Would you mind keeping it that number feet away from me? That number feet, you say? My dad is a senior software engineer at Google, and this is his work laptop. He takes it to company meetings. I've been told he's received many compliments. Marry him. Did you just read the post? Somebody once told me the world was going to end on December 21st, 2012. I bought all the pasta as a way to celebrate the end of the world, and now I'm $10,000 in debt, and I have pasta everywhere in my house. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Perfect couple. One person has cold hands, the other has warm hands. Together, they maintain the ideal temperature for hand holding. Relationship goals, thermodynamic equilibrium. Whoa! Dude! Fucking voice. I'm not reading this anymore. Go away, meme. Swear words are illegal now. If you say one, you'll be fined. Heck, you're on thin fucking ice. Oh no. I had a dream where tornadoes were made illegal or something. I just remember like a dozen police cars driving directly towards a tornado with their sirens on and getting all sucked into the tornado. How long does someone have to be dead before it's considered archaeology instead of grave robbing? As an archaeologist, I find this a very awkward question. Answer the question, grave robber. All you've ever wanted was to be feared and ruled the world, but every villainous act you commit backfires. Steal candy from a baby, poisoned candy, baby saved. Steal the baby, abusive parents. Threw a woman off a building, push she needed to unlock her powers of flight. She's now your sidekick. Newly acquired toddler. Mr. Evil Man, you sure are helping a lot of people, but imagine if we had tiny little dragons, the size of puppies, and they would go wherever we went, sitting on our shoulders and hissing at everyone who tried to touch you because you're their most special thing in the universe, and they are so tiny. It's ridiculously cute. I actually daydream about this a lot. When a person dies, no one will miss them. The mourning is assigned to a random human. This is why you sometimes just feel sad. From now on, if anyone asks me why I am randomly sad, instead of saying I don't know or something, I'm going to look them dead straight in the eyes and say, I've been assigned to mourn the death of a stranger, and just walk away. You cannot rest here. Ever played a video game where you have to sleep to recover? They only let you do it if everything is safe. Otherwise, they won't let you sleep. You'll get a message saying, you cannot sleep now. There are monsters nearby. Now, remember the last time you couldn't get to sleep? I do. Don't you do this to me. If I ever died, I'm going to haunt my school. You're an asshole. I'm going to step on the back of your shoes the entire day. I'll randomly open and close lockers. I'll go on the intercom and just make breathing noises. Pull the fire alarm during finals. Throw a book at someone every time they say/do something stupid. I would be an awesome ghost if I ever died. I think cows are really nice. That's what they want you to think. They're like deer, but really big. How am I supposed to make creative funny text posts when nothing happens in my life at all? You just use a story from The Sims and pretend it really happened to you. One time I was swimming, but the pool ladders disappeared, so I couldn't get out of the pool, and I swam for 10 hours, then died. If there's a heavens no, and a hell yes, why isn't there a purgatory maybe? Perhaps. Oh my god. Bears have absolutely no right to be as cute as they are. I want to hug them and pet them. Big fluffy dogs, supersized. It's technically true. My history teacher would give you half a point or quarter point for an answer that was not wrong. This is not wrong. Life is an egg. Explain. Has chickens in it sometimes. Why are there so many different kinds of pasta? If I had penne for every time I ask myself that question, you didn't just do that. The crunch that you hear in every bite of M&M's colorful button-shaped chocolate is your teeth crushing on our worthless spines. I don't remember this post. Isn't it weird that we pay money to see other human beings? Are you talking about sex work, the movies, or airplane tickets? Classes. This emoji and this emoji have different energy. Who the hell is sending this? If womb is pronounced womb and home is pronounced tomb, shouldn't bomb be pronounced boom? This is a demonic faced armor helmet. That's epic. What if the reason we get so attached to fictional characters is because they were supposed to be our soulmates, but we were born in different universes? It's weird how people say follow your dreams instead of follow your ambitions, because once I had a dream where I worked for a place that tried to genetically engineer ducks to speak English, except the ducks only criticized people's fashion sense. My friend I haven't talked to in years just paid me back for Chipotle from 7 years ago. What if you opened my rib cage and found it full of ketchup and rocks? Scary how fast someone could mean so much to you. Scary how fast you can mean nothing to someone. Scary how fast I'm not reading this because I'm not sponsored by them. Touching grass is not enough. I need to touch Yellowstone superheated prismatic acid pool. My PP is this big. Hello, 911. Someone's just been slaughtered right in front of me. You do not need a mirror. You're a man. Fellas, is it gay to perceive oneself? Sounds pretty gay to me. Someone edit this picture to be Dr. Phil levitating the bottle with his mind powers. Amazon says its facial recognition can now identify fear. The last thing the device sees before I hammer it to death. I have escaped medical leech. There are medical leeches. Yes, they work very hard to get their medical degrees. Not this one though. This one's trying to ditch class. Sorry, I have the bubonic plague. I can't hang out tonight. Oh rats. My doctors. They aren't old enough to go to medical school. This is fraud, and they're all unethical quacks. Don't be so ageist on my post. Answer me this. How high is their kill count? With you, it will be one more. True self-control is waiting until the movie starts to eat your popcorn. Why would the movie eat my popcorn? Never mind, I got it. Everyone looks worried, apart from that guy on the far left. I like how the guy on the right is so shocked. He becomes a teapot. He becomes a teapot. I've been laughing at this for the last 7 minutes because of the teapot guy. No offense, but I've been learning how to have fun in dumb circumstances. I was showering during the storm tonight, and the lights started to flicker violently, so I peeked out from the curtains and looked at my cat sitting on the counter and said to her, "Miss Obama, it's been an honor," and then the power went out. Most private thing I'm willing to admit, I'm not good at estimating how much pasta is enough for one person. There's a tool that does that. I'm sorry, does the scale progress from a child to a horse? Oh, I get it. I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse. I did this at a bus stop once. I missed my bus, and the next one wasn't supposed to come for another hour, so I had time to kill. A little girl walking with her mum said it looked like a throne for a flower princess. Killed flowers for nothing. Those are dandelions. They don't have feelings, physical or emotion. There are quite literally billions of them, and it made a little girl happy. Calm down. My mom made everyone get out of her picture with the food because ain't nobody help. What is happening with fast food? They really had a glow down, huh? Me as a kid versus me now. I've never seen a more accurate tweet. I dropped my lasagna in the car. Pray for me, please. I sleep better at night, knowing that they keep him locked up. Question: how long does a stick of deodorant last you? Usually, only 3 or 4 bites. Why do I even bother? Yeah, I like being poor. Our food is better. I don't have any spooks or forks, so I broke off a piece off a hanger so I could eat. The last thing you'd want to find in your Burger King burger is someone else's Burger King burger. Pizza should have poison in the sauce, and the antidote is in the crust. To kill off all those weird people that don't eat the crust. The hell are you thinking about in that shower? A deal of a lifetime. Free pizza with purchase of house. Too much chocolate is gross, guys. This is that cake from Matilda. My sister told her mum that she has an eating disorder, and she bought her this outfit. Food is best friend. Pizza Hut in the 90s was truly the greatest fast food dining experience ever. My roommate takes his food very seriously. If my roommate